After the A-bomb Memorial Park, I'm here at Hiroshima Castle. Okay, so where we were just at is the outer wall of the Hiroshima Castle, and so now we're walking along the path to the actual main part of the castle. Alright, we made it. Hiroshima Castle. Wow. Hiroshima Castle was actually burned down during the A-bomb disaster. It was actually later rebuilt as a historic site. Hey, so I'm at the top of Hiroshima Castle. The museum inside I wasn't actually allowed to take pictures in, but it was very, very incredible. A lot of artifacts, a lot of history to learn about how this castle was built, how it was destroyed during the A-bombs of World War II, and then how it got reconstructed again, and all the history behind it. It's actually kind of confusing, so I can't exactly put up a synopsis here for you, but you should go and read about it because it's very fascinating. The Mori family essentially kind of built up this place, and it was used throughout the years as a place for the daimyo, a place for the feudal lords. During the Sino-Japanese War, this was kind of the general headquarters as well, and so there's a lot of history that has happened here. And as you can see behind me, it's got another 360 panoramic view of Hiroshima. It's very nice. So after a long day of the A-bomb memorial, the Hiroshima Castle, what better way to relax than just to spend some time at a garden? So the garden I'm at right now is called Shukkei-en, and it's known for being miniature, so let's go find out what that means. So I'm here just taking a break in Shukkei-en. The name Shukkei-en actually means Shrunken Scenery Garden or Shrunken Scenery Park. And the interesting thing about this place is that it was actually constructed in 1620. And the way that it was cultivated was that it displays a lot of things like forests and mountains and landscapes, but all in a miniaturized format. And unfortunately, this place was destroyed in 1945 during World War II. But after the war, the City Council of Hiroshima decided to restore this garden to the way it was before the war. And so, you know, it's undergone restoration efforts. Here it is today. I am at the top, called Geiki Peak. This is the highest point in the garden itself. So this garden peak is, supposed to mimic some kind of feudal lord's castle where he can watch over his, castle grounds. This is an example of a miniature rice field, and it's said that this small area is where the feudal lord used to plant rice and pray for crops every year. So. This bridge behind me is called the Kokokyo Bridge, and it divides this pond area into two halves. Supposedly symbolizing heaven and earth, connected by this bridge, which is in the shape of a rainbow. Alright, so I'm standing on top of this bridge. This pond area is the main fixture of this garden, and it has 14 total islands. So these are small rock fixtures in the middle of the pond, and they're constructed in such a way that they represent turtles and cranes. So if you can see that island right there, it's kind of in the shape of a turtle. And the reason why turtles and cranes are used is that they symbolize longevity and long life. So we've just entered the miniature shrine area of the garden. And I'm climbing these steps here. The actual shrine itself was destroyed in World War II, and so a replica was built here, overlooking the garden. This is the A-bomb memorial part of the garden, and about 64 or 65 victims of the bombings were actually discovered here on this site, and their ashes were laid to rest here, and this memorial was constructed in their honor. Now this used to be a horse training ground, and the feudal lord could be in this cottage and watch the training that was going on. There was also archery and firearms training that happened as well. Hey, so I'm done with Shukkei-en. I highly recommend it. Probably around an hour and a half can probably take you through the entire garden, but you can always spend longer, of course, if you want. One thing to note is that this garden has a lot of insect life and wildlife. So there are these crab things that kind of wander around the garden, and they'll kind of avoid you, but just to let you know.